Week 12, Monday. You know what that means? That means 2 weeks until Easter break. Woohoo! All right, attendance part 1, newspaper video. Yes, we're starting newspaper articles. Why? Because Team Birken-Bosman have planned a newspaper project. We're not starting the project yet. Today you're just being empowered to write a newspaper article, which maybe you've done before. I don't know. So without further ado, let's check out this PowerPoint. Google Slides, rather. Newspaper articles. Newspapers, as I'm sure you know, are written in columns. They have headlines and sometimes subheadings. They have a visual element, photos, graphs, whatever. Those photos have captions, a description. Check out these newspapers. All right, so you see the name of the newspaper and the date is up here, although different newspapers have different designs. Photos with captions, headline with a subheading. This would be called the lead paragraph, but more on that later. Written in columns. Know what I mean? Articles will often have interviews. This gives the story credibility. It's also direct speech, an eyewitness to the crime or an eyewitness to the alien invasion makes the reader feel more involved. So when you're doing a practice newspaper article, you're going to make up an interview. You could be like, Miss Carlson said, I love pizza. Makes it so interesting. All right, so there are many different sections of a newspaper. I mean, globally, most newspapers are going digital now, but they still have these kind of sections. Feature stories, like about lifestyle, home, travel, money. There should be a period after, etc. I'm sorry. Hard news. Local, state, national, international. This is from an American perspective. State news. So this would be maybe like local, municipal, national, international. Anyway, opinion pieces, which would be like advice columns or letters to the editor. Records of births, obituaries, and other announcements. They used to have dating ads in the newspaper, pre-dating apps. Obituaries would be for people who have passed on. You will practice writing an obituary as well, but not today. Advertisings, different coupons, discounts, and the classifieds. So the classified ads section would be, they're called classifieds because it's advertisements classified according to their category. So maybe here are ads for animals. Here are ads for houses. I don't know. I'm making stuff up here. A finance or business section, a sports section, entertainment, like celebrity news, TV guides, upcoming events, and my favorite, comics. Should have written that. Although I did steal this from Birken-Bosman and edited. Types of stories. There would be hard news. So that quote unquote hard news would be like very current, up-to-date happenings in politics, also about war, economics, crime. This would often be the front page story. It's factual, it's formal, or like the tone is formal. And then soft news would be human interest stories. The nice neighbor saved this guy's cat from the tree. That's human interest. Arts and entertainment, lifestyle, a little less formal. It's more opinion-based. That would be considered soft news. All right, here's what your newspaper article will include. A headline, a subheading, oftentimes, a lead paragraph that tells the reader what to expect, so it's like a summary. And that lead paragraph tries to answer who, what, when, and where usually, and then the rest of the article usually answers why and how, but more on that later. Additional paragraphs answer all these questions. So it's factual, it's formal. Although your newspaper article you'll write it as if it's factual, but it's fine if you make the whole thing up. All right, the headline. Here's what the headline should be. It should be big and catchy. It should create curiosity. It should create interest. It can be sensational, and it shouldn't be too long. Otherwise, people are bored already. And it can have sentence fragments. So headline language often takes out the article. So an article would be like the or So teacher goes crazy in education scandal. You would never talk like that, but that's a potentially good headline. You would never say, teacher goes crazy. No, it'd be like, a teacher went crazy in an education scandal. I just took out the articles. The headline always answers what and who, so it draws people in. Sometimes it answers where. All right, so here's an example from Aftonbladet. Crocodile attacks man at crayfish party in Stockholm. So you see how, and this is a real story. We took it from here. Crocodile attacks man. So that was published August 21st, 2019. Here where it's bold, this is the lead paragraph. So here's the headline and here's the teeth. And here's the subheading right here. And here's the byline because it's by these two guys. Sorry I didn't copy it exactly because there were some grammar mistakes. So I fixed the grammar mistakes. All right, so you notice how it doesn't say a crocodile attacks a man at a crayfish party in Stockholm. No, that's way too long. Take out the I's. All right, listen up. A man was attacked by a crocodile at a crayfish party in Stockholm. The reptile sank its teeth in the 80-year-old victim's arm. I tried to get it to loosen its grip, croc expert and party host Jonas Wallström tells Aftonbladet. The attack happened in front of 75 guests at an annual crayfish party held at the Skansen Zoo and Aquarium in central Stockholm. Acting as a host for the event was longtime head of the aquarium, animal expert, and TV host Jonas Wallström, who witnessed the attack from only a few yards away. The victim, a man in his 80s, was about to make a speech during the dinner event and had mounted a ledge bordering the crocodile sanctuary at the Skansen Aquarium. As the man stretched his arm out, he held it over the protective glass, and that's when the crocodile attacked. Sorry, not funny. I saw him climb up and stretch his hand out, and I yelled, "Stop!" Wallström tells Aftonbladet's reporter. But the warning came too late. The crocodile had already sunk its teeth deep into the victim's arm. What went through my mind was that I had to get the crocodile to let go. There was a lot of blood, says Wallström. 3 of the other guests happened to be medical doctors and immediately went to work trying to stop the bleeding with a belt and napkins while waiting for the ambulance. A spokesperson for the hospital tells Aftonbladet that the patient's condition is stable. Skansen holds 2 specimens of the rare Cuban crocodile in its aquarium. It is not known which of them attacked the man at the crayfish party. However, they will both be allowed to live on at the aquarium. All right, so obviously this is the heading. It's catchy. It's sensational. What? A crocodile attacked a man in Stockholm? And it was a party? There's the byline, as I said, because it's by these 2 guys. And this is the lead paragraph. It's some people might just, if they're running late or something and they just want to get some news, they might just read the lead paragraphs of various articles just to see if they're interested enough to read the rest of the article. If you want more people reading your articles, if you're a journalist, make your lead paragraph catchy and interesting and not too long. And it's usually bold or big, slightly bigger text than the rest of the article. Oh, I just told you this stuff. It gives the lead paragraph, the bold part, gives basic or essential facts. Sorry, there should be an S there. Answers the questions who, what, when, where, what, who, where, when, also known as. Sometimes uses bold print. I already told you this. Okay. So here's the lead paragraph we just read. Who? A man. Where? In Stockholm. What? Crocodile bit this guy. When? Around crayfish party time. As most Swedes know, that would be August, September. What? All right, so let's look at the article again. This first part of the rest of the article elaborates on where. It tells you more about it. Oh, okay, Skansen Zoo and aquarium. Oh, okay, Central Stockholm. This part elaborates more about the victim, who it was. Oh, okay, so he's in his 80s. It never says his name, though. That's a little weird. Maybe in this case, the guy just didn't want to be named. I don't know. How? The guy was giving a speech, climbed up, and just stretched his hand over the aquarium. And that's when the croc was like, yum. All right, so I don't know if this will help you, but the headline of an article usually answers these questions, what and who. The lead paragraph usually answers these questions, who, what, when, where. And then the rest of the report makes sure that all of the answers are there. All of the questions are answered to the story. All right, so here's an explanation of your classwork. The rest of the hour, you're just going to write a little article. I mean, 150 to 200 words isn't that much. So I think you'll be able to finish this. The article must include the following: a catchy headline, a byline, by your name, a lead paragraph in bold. It must be in columns. In other words, an interview, which you can make up. Just make sure you have quotation marks. And a picture with a caption. It's okay if you steal pictures. You don't have to cite your sources. This is just practice. If I see that a lot of you are confused with it when you turn it in, it'll just count as a journal or two, probably. If I see that you did really well on it, then I'll actually grade it with knowledge requirements. But either way, it's not much pressure. Just do your best. Here's a template I made for you. Well, actually, okay, so first, you'll go to Google Classroom. You won't see this because this is the teacher's view, but here's the template I made for you. Newspaper article. And I made you a copy. So your newspaper is called Newspaper. Creative, I know. And I put the date up there for you. Many newspapers have different designs. I just designed a random newspaper for you. So put your headline here and make it look good. So make it the right size. If your headline is super long, you might have to make this smaller than font or size 55. Here's your subheading. Again, make it smaller or bigger depending on how long your subheading is. Your byline, don't forget to say by your name. Here's your lead paragraph. Adjust the text accordingly. And I already put it in columns. Blah, blah, blah. You can steal a photo. I don't care. You don't have to cite your sources for the photo. Steal a photo that makes sense with your fake news article. Don't forget a caption. Again, adjust the size of this as you need to make it look good. You're also a designer in this case. And then if you have a bunch of space at the end, like your article doesn't take up the whole page, maybe add a comic or maybe design a little coupon or something, a discount or a sale. All right, if you're curious about how many words you have, I'm pretty sure word count is under tools. Let me check. Tools. Word count. Yeah. Okay. Mine has 229 words. Fake words. So, yeah, I guess this is approximately how long it should be. Your article will be approximately this long. Because it's 150 to 200 words. It's fine if it's longer. Just don't let it be shorter than 150. Because that's too short. Is there anything else I need to tell you? I think not. Okay, yes. One last thing, and then I'll let you go on your way. Your homework is to finish writing this article if you don't during class. So fortunately, because you don't have English until Thursday, that'll give you several days. Hopefully you'll be able to finish it in the remaining 45 minutes of the lesson. If you don't finish, be sure and email me. Otherwise, I have to mark you deviated from the lesson. So just communicate. Just communicate with me. Best of luck. I prefer doing this kind of thing via Edpuzzle because it gives you more time to write. If it had been a Google Meet, it would have taken like 5 to 10 minutes to take attendance and to make sure everyone was present and to explain everything. And would have become potentially 20 minutes or 25 minutes. But anyway, best of luck. Contact me with questions. Journalists.